What's up, YouTube? GameOver86 coming back with another video, and in this video I'm going to be giving you guys my opinion on why I think single-player games are still the best way to enjoy a video game as a consumer when it comes to paying hard-earned money for a $60 game, $50 game, $40 game, or any console out there, whether it be Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to give you guys some opinions, my opinion actually, and some of my thoughts and some of the pros about it that I think are better than sometimes multiplayer, and why it's better to play a single-player game because it's still alive and it's still one of the best ways to enjoy video games. So if you guys are new to this channel, hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate every single one of you guys, all my returning subscribers as well. I do appreciate all the support, kind words, sharing, comments, and likes, everything that you guys have done. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And stay tuned for more videos as the days go by. I try to put out a video every day, but sometimes shit just gets rough and hard. I'm going to be real with you. It's just hard to make all these videos when you got a bunch of kids running around and having fun being crazy as always. So if you guys do enjoy this video and you do like me, hit the subscribe button, sit back, and here's some of my pros about why I think single-player video games are still better than multiplayer video games. So, in my opinion, some of the pros why I think single-player games are still popular to this day and still do bring a certain special feel to when you get immersed into this world. And some of the pros that are with it is you don't have to play for a certain period of time to get somewhere. You could sit down and kill 30 minutes, 15 minutes, you know, and enjoy a game, save it, get off. Some games I do get single players, you got to go a certain way to get the save slot and whatnot. But for the most part, single player games, that's one big thing to a lot of people. A lot of old school people, and I'm not going to say it's a proven fact because I don't know, but I'm just speaking from past experiences. Older people that have gamed over the years from the 80s to the 90s like myself and in the millennium, the old school gamers enjoy them single player games. When they come home from a hard day's work, hard day of work, or, when they're out and about and their mind's just been running, they could sit down, get into a single-player game, and here's the pros. They don't have to worry about cheaters online. They don't have to be worried about being cussed at or bullied or racial slurs or making fun of what they believe in or, calling them names, derogatory names. They don't have to worry about that. They don't even have to worry about playing online or paying to play online. They can just put the game in and play the game and have fun and get immersed and put themselves in the shoes of these stories. And there's a lot of great games out there that does it. There's a lot of great games that make single player and multiplayer, and they're just as good too. But for the most part, them games are so repetitive that you kind of know what you're getting when it comes to the single player. And when I mean single player, I said like Call of Duties. We all know. We all know who won World War II and World War I. Shit. We are in Black Ops games and all these other games that come out. We get it. It's so repetitive of a campaign. It's just like you run through, you shoot, you do a little story campaign, and then that's it. But it's things that are great games out there that bring these stories back and remind you of your childhood. And like I said, the old school gamers that played in the 80s and 90s know what I'm talking about, because that's all there was. There wasn't multiplayer games unless you played, early games like Doom or DOS, and stuff like that. But not a lot of people had that stuff. So when we're talking single player, we played the Marios, we played the Sonics, we played the Streets of Rages, we played Street Fighters in the arcades, and that was a local play. You could have friends over and you guys could enjoy, even GoldenEye and Nintendo 64, and that's what sold consoles, man. Great story games. We all grew up with them from the old school days, the ones that are older like me, but the younger kids out there that are that are saying multiplayer platforms are good. Here's some pros from it. Yeah, you get to play with other people and experience and stream and meet other people and play online and cuss and be an internet tough guy. And I'm not saying everybody does, but you get to meet new people and start relationships. Hell, that's fun too. But I think some of the games that are out there multiplayer, they get so repetitive that you kind of get burnt out. You know, and I can mention games out there that are so repetitive. Call of Duty got so burnt out that they went back to the old ways of making games. You know, that's Battlefield got burnt out too until they went back to the old ways of making games. You know, and I'm talking what made them games great was the old original Call of Duties that really started selling for the online player. You know, there's a lot of games out there that were so great single player wise that they're bringing, and even Xbox, PUBG, that was on the PC first, came to Xbox, and it don't even run that well because it was strictly really a PC game, and it's hard to put all them button, you know, combinations from the keyboard to the controller because you're just lacking the speed that you need, especially when you're in a shootout. And it's not just PUBG. I mean, there's Fortnite out there, but you only play it for so much until another one comes out, or until this. It gets so repetitive. And Fortnite, I'm not dogging. I mean, a lot of people play it, but why the fuck do I need a rectile or a rectile, a rect? You know, crosshairs for a third-person shooter. Like, if it's a first-person shooter, I get it, and I'm zooming in, there should be, like, you know, crosshairs there. But why is there fucking crosshairs on a third-person shooter? But I'm giving pros about single players, and I'm going to keep giving pros. The storylines are great. A lot of the times, they're still immersive. A lot of people like to escape the real world and get stuck into these games. And like I said, they don't have to feel like they're going to get a cheater in there to hack them, or somebody steal their information, or they're getting cussed at for not doing something correctly. They can play it on their own time, their own way, and enjoy it their own way. And that's why I still think single player is still connecting with a lot of these people. And I'm not saying that multiplayer by any means is not fun. I'm just saying a lot of multiplayer games are so repetitive that nowadays people are just playing what's hot. They're not really playing what's fun. They're playing just what's hot where they can make money streaming. I mean, that's my opinion. It could be a fact. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are like playing Fortnite right now. I mean, I just talked about it earlier. They're only playing it because they can make money doing it right now. But once that game goes down, like, there's going to be another one. And then they're all just going to play it like it's hot. But there's so many great games out there right now that are online that nobody even plays because, you know, the young generation don't see all these people making these games or all these streamers that are hyping up these games. And these single player games don't need anybody to stream them or hype them up. They just sell because everybody that's old school like myself that's played these games understand that stories, man, are so hard to come up with. These stories are so hard in today's society with the generations that their minds just run rampant. And by all means, I'm not dogging them, but, like, you know, your attention span's a little bit shorter. You have to have games that just flip and change. But a story sometimes takes a long time to develop. You know, I'm going to use, like, God of War because it just came out. Or Horizon Zero Dawn's a great one too. The story behind it is what's unique. I can put look how many clones there are right now with battle royals going on. Everybody's wanting to do it. And it's the same thing. You get dropped out of a plane, you run around, and you shoot people. And the bad thing is sometimes there's so many people that camp and you only get 2 kills and you waste 35 minutes of your time. It's the same repetitive revolving door. It's a shooter. It really is. It really is. There's nothing different about it. They're all battle royal games. People want them for different online games. The online games are fun. I play online with people, but I'm playing a lot of games that are like story online. Like, I'm not competing against other people. Unless it's like, you know, Street Fighter Online or something. You know, that's still fun. But I'm not worried about people joining in and just teabagging and doing all these other things that make some old school gamers like myself just say, you know what, fuck online. You know, and I'm not saying fuck online to all games. I'm just saying, like, I got tired of playing Call of Duty this, Call of Duty that. It's the same fucking thing. I got tired of playing Madden. I got tired of playing all these games. Sometimes you want a story so you can sit back 5 years from now and go, oh my God, remember when Splinter Cell came out? Remember when GoldenEye came out, Banjo-Kazooie, and all these other games? Remember when Shenmue came out? Remember all these great games, guys, that we all grew up on? Black for the Xbox. Hell, even PlayStation 2, I think, had Black. Remember when Fable came out and it was so big and so awesome? Yes, Halo was a fun game story-wise and multiplayer-wise. It brought a lot of people together. But the stories is what drawed you in to buy that game in the first place. And that's where I think people lose sight, is all these games back in the day weren't always online games. They've been brought to the online, but they still have their story. You know? If you ask most people about the Star Wars Battlefront game, I would have rather had a story that relived me in, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, even the first three, Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, you name it, all of them. That would have been cool to live or play the story mode, what was so detailed and so great that people are missing out on. And it's just like, here's the pros of single player. You don't have to normally worry about paying for microtransactions to enjoy the game. You don't get enticed and coaxed and persuaded into buying these games or these patches or these updates or these skins or the clothes or whatever this may be just to enjoy the game. In single player, you paid $60 for an immersive game. Sometimes the game sucks, sometimes they don't, but that's what you pay for. And they're either fun or they're not. And some of them are repetitive, some of them aren't. And for people that may say, well, you know what, I'm only going to play God of War one time through and never play it again. Well, how many God of Wars have they remastered that people will still buy? How many God of Wars have they redone? How many Devil May Cries have they redone? The stories are great. People forget that stories are what draw them into the game, and then the game got so big because of the stories that they made possibly, on some of them, I know for a fact, they made multiplayer for it because it became so big that they were like, hey, I bet you all these people would like to play together. And that is some of the pros that I like about single player. The pro is you don't get enticed to buy microtransactions. You enjoy the game for what it is. You don't get all this extra bullshit content a year and a half later like you do in multiplayer games. You paid for $60 to $80 to $90 for a game, and then you have to wait a year just to get the map pack. Or 6 months to get the map pack. Like, I want to play the whole thing. But they slowly feed you this stuff. And that's what makes the online multiplayer so repetitive, is it's the same. It's the same thing. And I enjoy these story-driven games because it still shows that there's talent out there. It still shows that there's people out there that are true in their art and the design and the writing and the directing and the production and everything that comes together making a great game. And they sit back and say, look at Shadow of the Colossus. It was a great game. Look at, Wolfenstein. Look at all these games that have single player modes. Crash Bandicoot, like I said, Spyro the Dragon, even Banjo-Kazooie. All these great games, Mario, Zeldas. You don't have to play online to have fun. Now, Nintendo does a great thing with Mario Maker, which was great. And it's fun, but you're not playing up against other people. You're just playing the maps that they made, and you're still having a fun time playing it. Now, that's a great, debate on that. But when it comes to story-driven games, wouldn't you rather just play Mario Odyssey? Or would you rather have a bunch of people run around when you're trying to play Mario Odyssey and them hacking you or shooting you or just trolling you? Like, sometimes multiplayer games get ruined because of that. A year later, they're getting hacked, or there's hackers in there, and you're like, I'm trying to play online, but all these people are cheating, so I can't even have fun with it. And the game's only online. Like, they don't have a story with it, so you paid $60, and 2 to 3 years later, the servers were shut down because, well, hackers got on it, and they had to shut it down to fix it up, and nobody's really playing the game anymore. Destiny. People are still playing it, but not a lot. That's the thing. You can only get so much out of a multiplayer, but when it's dead and gone, you can't go back and relive it. You don't think I want to go back and play SOCOM 2 online? That was fun. On the PlayStation 2, everybody remember that? You buy the game, and you get the little piece that sits behind your ear, and you got that one mic. It was cool. You had to hold circle. You don't think anybody wants to go back and play some online multiplayers. And that's where I say in a lot of my videos, PC, you can do so much because there's so many more things. And I know what a lot of people are going to say. Single players aren't the best in their opinion, but in my opinion, they are. Grand Theft Auto wasn't an online player when it first came out. For anybody that didn't know that. You couldn't play online when it first came out back in the 90s. You couldn't. But everybody realized that if you play Grand Theft Auto 5 now, there's so many mods you can do on the PC that's made it so many millions and billions of dollars and last this long, because on a PC you can mod it and you can run games from back in the 90s and you can play all these games. But if you buy online multiplayers on these consoles and you think that, oh, well, PC is not that, well, you can't do anything. You can't bring anything extra to the game. There's only so much you can do, and then once the game's ran its course, they shut the server down, and no longer you can play. No lo contendere, They're no longer in competition. There's no more anybody out there that can say, oh, let's go back and play this game from 1999 or 2004, unless you're running it off of a PC mod or an emulator. But these single-player games, you can go back and still play from years ago with your grandkids or your kids and still enjoy and still remember and go, man, I remember that game dropped. Man, I remember playing this game. Man, I remember playing this single-player game. And that's where I think a lot of people are losing sight, is these younger generations may just like online. They just want to get online and make this money and stream and do all this stuff, and then what? And then the game dies out, and then they go to the next game, and then the next one. They don't actually build, a respect, a connection. And I'm not saying all of them. I'm just saying some of them, man, they don't even understand what they're playing. I mean, 90% of the people that keep telling me, oh, I game on my Xbox or PlayStation or Nintendo, man, I'm a gamer. I'm a hardcore gamer. You can only do so much. It limits you to so much. PC opens up so much more for you to game. And the graphics are even better. And I want people to enjoy all games. That's why I kind of think to myself that these single-player games, it sucks that you get Death Stranding. I mean, I own a PS4, but it sucks that Death Stranding's only coming to PlayStation 4 so far. And it sucks that all these other games only come to PlayStation. I mean, yay on PlayStation for doing their job and marketing and paying and buying up all these exclusives. But wouldn't it be great to have all these games for everybody to enjoy? Because that's what the games were about back in the day when I grew up. They wanted everybody to enjoy them. I mean, Sonic was never on a Nintendo. Now Sonic's on Nintendo. Okay, Sega was never anywhere else besides Sega, and now it was on Microsoft. PlayStation used to have their own PlayStation games, and now they're on multiple platforms. The only ones that I've seen not still to this day come to any consoles are like Nintendo games. Like, they don't let anybody have their games except for companies that maybe have, they didn't renew license, like Rare, that went to Microsoft. But I'm talking strictly Nintendo-made games. A lot of them. I've never seen another Zelda on a Sony PlayStation. I've seen clones. I've never seen Mario, unless it's modded on your PC. That's a way you can play it, I guess. But never will you see Mario Odyssey on the Xbox One X. But wouldn't that be cool if you could just play it on your preferred platform? That's what I want everybody to experience. All the people out there that haven't experienced PC gaming, check it out. It is fun. There's so much more you can do with it. And I understand there's going to be people out there that are like, multiplayer's not that fun. And I know there's people that are going to be out there that says multiplayer's really fun. And then there's people that are going to do the same with single player. Single player's fun. It's great. Game Over 86. It is still the best. And there are generational gaps. There are difference in opinions. I used to play Bad Dudes on Nintendo and Contra, man, with my brother. Ninja Turtles. Turtles in Time. Turtles in Manhattan. All these turtle games, man. Turtles 1, 2, and 3 on the NES and Super Nintendo. Mario World. I mean, I can go through a whole list of games and tell you guys how great they were. But if you don't like it, you don't like it. And them are just facts. If you don't like single-player games, that's still fine too, and it's still good. It's still okay to play online multiplayer games by any means. I'm not saying multiplayer sucks. I mean, who doesn't want, to play Madden and play somebody online? Like the story mode's the same. You play 16 games, you make it to the playoffs, or you don't. depending on your your settings and your sliders. I know a lot of people out there are like, man, I threw for 80 touchdowns. Get the fuck out of here. You just don't want to play on all Madden, and that's fine. But it's the games that are so unique that we've never seen before that are coming, and you think to yourself, dude, like, it's so hard to explain. And them are the games that stick, to time. Them are the games that we all look back on and remember are the single player games that brought us to multiplayer. Without single player games from the Atari and the ColecoVision, and we're going, the 3DO or whatever you want to call it, to all these consoles before the Famicoms and all that stuff after the Famicom. All these consoles, I mean, they were only single player. There wasn't online really. Except for maybe if you had like a low budget PC back in the early 90s and played Doom and Dota or World of Warcraft and all these games that were starting to, have that snowball effect. But it was strictly just, man, if you wanted to play a single player game, that was the cool thing to do. Snake, Rattle, and Roll. Great rare game on the NES. I mean, they Battletoads. Who doesn't want to play them games in story mode? And I think if they keep bringing games like that are great, groundbreaking and game changing, I think it's not only going to keep the single player base strong and the single player story mode strong, it's going to change to eventually it may become a great multiplayer where people are like, cool, man, they made this to where we can multiplayer. Kind of like I said with Mario Maker. I mean, they use all the old Mario games and even the new ones, and then you can create a level that's really extremely hard or just fun, and somebody else can play that. Excuse me. So that is why I'm saying, why is single player the best? The pros are you don't have to deal with all the bullshit talkers, the hackers, the microtransactions. The other thing is they're new. Some stories are new and not repetitive, so you enjoy a new story, a new character to get behind. Not everybody knew about Nathan Drake back in the day until he came. Nathan Drake's the new Lara Croft in some people's eyes. Not everybody knew about Kratos until he came. Not everybody knew about the bitch that I can't even remember off of Horizon Zero Dawn. Leave me down in the comments because I can't remember her name right off the bat. Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. But you guys let me know what you guys really play, what you guys enjoy playing. If you guys catch yourself playing an online game, but are you playing more of a story, kind of like Monster Hunter, like I have? I've dropped a lot of hours on the Xbox One X, by the way, guys. A lot of hours with my brother on that game, and it's fun. Like, I'm having fun. The only time I play multiplayer is when I go up to Arena in the Game Hub, and we try to kill these monsters in a certain amount of time, and it ranks you there. But playing online with other people in the story is kind of cool, because I don't have to worry about them cheating or hurting me at all, really, or doing anything. I mean, it's fun. And like, who wants to play at 2 in the morning on Call of Duty and get an RPG shot at the ground? I mean, that's stupid. I mean, that's why I say single player. You don't have to worry about all that. You can still just sit back and enjoy and not have to stress or worry about your kids getting cussed at. Single player still lives in a lot of people's hearts. So if you guys enjoy this video, if you're new, hit the subscribe button, man. It does help me out. And I'm going to keep bringing these videos, man. Just kind of different thoughts, man. Give you guys out there that may not think of this stuff or may want to hear stuff like this. I'm giving you guys some thoughts to maybe think about over the next couple days. I'm going to be bringing other videos. Like I said, if you're new, subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys play. What games are you guys playing? What you guys enjoy? What are you guys anticipating? What are you guys waiting for? The next upcoming big single player or multiplayer game? Let me know. I want to know what you guys think. Hit the share button. Hit the thumbs up. All my returning subscribers, thank you as always, because I do appreciate every single one of you guys. You guys are so grateful to me. And you guys leave me kind words and keep me motivated, which I really don't need motivated that much because I'm just this way. But I did, man, it brings so much joy to me personally when I hear, man, you should have more subs, man, you're speaking great, I love your video, keep up the hard work. It does mean a lot, and I do appreciate every single one of you. As I'm making this video right now, it's in the middle of the damn noon, so I do appreciate it. Everybody follow me on Twitter. That's my biggest social media spot that I hit up the most. I'm going to be asking questions, asking for inputs. If you guys want to shoot me a message on some new video ideas which you guys maybe want me to talk about or highlight or maybe even play, stream and review, I will keep that up in the comments, and I will keep up with you in the comments. So, like I said, sorry to repeat it so many times. Just when I edit the video, these things will pop up and I only got a 10-second delay. Hit subscribe. Share this video, guys. Leave me a comment. Hit the thumbs up. And as always, you guys stay safe out there wherever you may be, whether it be in the United States, whether it be across country, whether it be in Mexico, Brazil, Canada, Hawaii, you name it, guys. Russia, everywhere that everybody's watching me. Guys, girls, kids, women, children, moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandpas, grandmas. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Stay safe, stay happy, and always, Game Over 86 is always out. Peace, guys.